Hey Goku, guess what I have? A secret weapon. No, not that type of secret weapon. Remember, my goal is to beat you. This is the process. We don't focus on the result. I might be wanting to beat Goku, and that's my result, but we all know it's all about the process and enjoying the journey. Hey guys, welcome back to VafTARS. I'm the ATL Beast, and today we're gonna talk about the process. Now, one of the things you need to know about the process is pretty much a cycle. Now, when there is a process, you have to have trust in this process because there's moving parts. There is several pieces. Each one of these is a variable. Now, each one of these variables is something that can move. Now, when there is too many variables, there's a large outcome that there can be a failure inside of the process. And so a lot of people have to have a deep trust in the process to be able to continue it, especially if a part of the process is to repeat this technique or process over and over again until you actually yield some results. This is the case for all types of fields. This could be as simple as lifting or as complicated as trading. In other cases, it could be like art. Now, there is an illusion that we fall into sometimes, and that's when we focus on the result. To explain what I'm talking about, we can look at a few sciences. Like one of them could be the 80-20 rule, where you pretty much focus on the top 20% of your options. They give you the most results. And you can do that anywhere. If I'm in the gym, I only want to focus on the things that grow very big, like my legs or my arms, maybe even my chest. And I'll only do the exercises that make one or two of those muscles grow at a time. That gives me a lot of extra time to focus on something else, like trading. So in the trading, know that the top 20% of the methods that you can control, they usually involve the trader themselves. Now, there's all kinds of knowledge that you can learn inside of the market each and every day, but you can wait on that. If we apply the 80-20 rule, the top 20% that you should be focused on should be risk management. If you lead with risk management, eventually you're gonna get a solid baseline. Without this baseline, you're pretty much gambling. Now, what makes that solid baseline of principles is you have to be disciplined. Now, what you're disciplined to is the values and the principle of risk management, because without that, you're not even trading, because trading comes from probability. It comes from being in an ambiguous, unknown market that you are creating your own structure. And then once you create that structure, you have to validate as well as prove that structure. Now, this is all a part of the process. Now, the process might be just a certain amount of setups. It might be understanding risk management. In other cases, it's the quality of your setup. Is it proven statistically, visually, that other people know about it? And then your personal beliefs around it. If you identify yourself as a trader, you're doing more work in the preparation stage. We understand that the top 20% that you can focus on is getting out of your own way. And that usually comes down to trading psychology. All that starts with ego. Now, whether you did something or you didn't do something in the past, it usually involves you comparing yourself to the outcome. Now, if your outcome is to beat Goku or to make $100 million, you knowing that in the beginning will not help you. Instead, what does help you is to focus on the present. Where are you and how? Is there a realistic way that you can get to that point? It usually involves a routine or methodical process to reach most goals. And that's where you have to start. You have to be creative. But to be creative, you have to know something in general. And in the market, you learn something every single day. Once you identify as a trader, you understand the first step is risk management. The second step is usually trader psychology. Everything else after that, you learn it piece by piece. And you take what you learn and you create something new, and then you validate it. You put all this together, it creates your trading system. You have to build a relationship with your trading system. It is now literally your baby. Now, with this baby, you want it to grow. And when it doesn't play well with others, meaning the market, if it's starting to ebb when it should flow, you can make little tweaks to your system. And these tweaks should match the flow of the market. So we're in November now, and things are starting off pretty good. We ended last week with kind of another dead week, but at least we got one play. So we saw that ASPA was one of the T12 halts. Now, ASPA, it was a biotech, so we didn't expect much from it, but it did reopen a lot sooner than we thought. When it comes to a T12 halt, we know it can go for a very long time before the merger is completed. This one actually only took 10 days. Now, when ASPA opened, it opened under a different ticker symbol. It opened under CAUD. It pretty much picked up where the last one left off. It went from 27 all the way to 6. When we look at these very long halts, it's pretty common if it opens up pretty fast that there's going to be a massive drop. And everyone feels bad for all the longs that are involved. Now, we were warned about these stocks that are under $1 million, especially under 500K by the exchange itself. Well, ASPA is one of those classic examples. So CAUD, this is the combined asset after the merger was completed. That means all those longs that were trapped all the way up to 30 something dollars, they are now panicking. Now, most of them lost a lot of money. Now, the shorts, you would think that they made a lot of money by shorting it all the way down. But in reality, they had to pay for those 10 days worth of fees. And there was no choice. They got lucky because that 10 days easily could have been up to 2 years or minimum 2 months. So let's say you used your ego with trading. People that ego trade, they usually become boom and busters. They make a lot of money, but then they lose it later. It's usually their first year is good, but then they don't last. They get demotivated, they get butthurt, they lose the courage, they lose the confidence. And this usually comes from putting your money and your self-worth in the same category. If you destroy your ego before you get into the trade, you'll last a lot longer and you'll probably end up with a lot more money in the long run. You can turn your hobby to a career. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. If you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.